Meta launching that text-based Twitter competitor we're talking about. It is called Threads. It started last night. There's a day ahead of schedule. It comes days after Elon Musk said that Twitter would temporarily limit the number of tweets that users can read on the platform, leading some users to seek an alternative. Joining us right now, Joanna Stern, Wall Street Journal senior personal technology columnist and a CNBC contributor. I followed you last night. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you followed me, but I'm on Threads with you. So what do you think?
I think it's good. I think it's really good. I think it's pretty funny that all that talk of the metaverse and Mark Zuckerberg's possibly most popular product in years is a text-based app, but I think it's good. And I followed you right back. I'll follow everyone on the show.
Is it a long-term, is it a long-term thing? Somebody wrote, as I was looking at it, around 4:30 this morning, they said this sort of has Clubhouse vibes. Clubhouse, of course, being that voice audio product, social product that was hot for about a minute, unfortunately for them, during the pandemic, but quickly sort of lost steam.
I think it has the early days of any social media service vibes, which means everyone's excited, everyone's there, and there's a huge leg up here for Threads because it integrates with Instagram. So yes, I followed you as soon as I basically logged in because I follow you on Instagram. I logged into my new account on Threads. I then was able to follow everyone I follow on Instagram. So you're there already with all your Instagram friends, and then you're finding your Twitter friends, and you're finding maybe your Facebook friends. And so it's a pretty exciting place right now. Staying power is the big question, but I really don't think this is a huge or mass appeal bet for Zuckerberg. This is really about capturing some more time of its already existing user base.
Do you think, from an advertising perspective, that advertisers are going to flock to this? Have they built a better mousetrap? And I don't see any advertising on this currently. Maybe you are. Do we think that they have built? I mean, people have long said the problem with Twitter from an advertising perspective was that the mousetrap, just the construction of how advertising even works on Twitter, doesn't have the same efficacy as it does on Facebook and the way they. I mean, look, I click on Instagram ads and other things. I haven't historically clicked on Twitter ads. Do you think that's going to change the format here?
So answer your first question, there are no ads right now. I spoke to Meta's VP of product yesterday. They said they wanted to launch this without ads. It is very clear ads is going to come. Obviously, they're going to have a user base here and it's growing quickly and they're going to want to monetize it. I agree with you. Twitter has not been a great ad experience. And maybe if Meta can innovate here, and they haven't done much innovation here, right? This really is a Twitter clone. I mean, it's a lot of copying and pasting from Twitter. Maybe the innovation that Meta can bring to this space is in advertising. Maybe it is more dynamic ads. Maybe it is more visual ads than we've had on Twitter. And certainly, yes, to your point, Andrew, you already look at ads on Instagram. So bringing that ad base over is not going to be difficult for them.
And what is your sense of just the product and feature set itself? I mean, one of the things that Elon Musk is doing, and I know he gets a lot of criticism, but there's been a lot more innovation at Twitter over the last 6 months than there had been over the last even 6 years. I mean, even just in the past couple of days, I can now finally watch a video on my phone off of Twitter and be outside of the Twitter app. It seems like Threads at this point is, I don't want to say bare bones, but it doesn't have all the feature sets that Twitter does just yet.
It does not have half the features that the Twitter app has. And my column coming this morning lists a lot of them. For one, there's no following feed. There's no ability to sort of, if I just follow these certain people, see that feed. It's right now a algorithmic feed. So there's no chronology to it. There is no edit button. There is no direct messaging. There are no hashtags. So there's a laundry list of things that Meta has to do here, but not very hard things, right? They have them in their other apps. Plus, they wanted, I think, to justify that they had that user base. And according to Mark Zuckerberg last night, in the first 4 hours, they had 5 million signups. Not the size of Twitter yet, obviously not the size of the 2 billion people per day on Instagram, but a good size.
Yeah, no, and Becky was mentioning, I think it's now doubled overnight. I think we're at
10 million.
We might be at 10 million here.
On another news
See,
service.
off threads for a few hours, and look at that.
See, it doubles. A final question then, in terms of just innovation and speed of innovation. Obviously, we're watching what's happening at Twitter with how quickly Elon's trying to push his team and those engineers. How quickly do you think all those features that you just listed will take to get onto something like, not Instagram, but Threads, rather?
I think weeks for some of them, months for some of them. But again, I think this is a long game for Meta in the sense that it is looking to capture the time of people that are already on Twitter and unhappy there or looking for an alternative and already on Instagram. So with those two things combined, I think that Meta can capture quite a bit of time from maybe it's not as big of a user base, but it is still a solid user base.